Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Don't forget to hit a comment as well. Always looking for feedback. If you want to collab, please let me know as well. And Instagram, TikTok, the Red Devils Corner Kick Pod, and on X, the RD Corner Kick Pod. I hope everyone is enjoying their week, preparing for the weekend. We are just over 36 hours from the Manchester Derby. So we're almost there. We're back from international break. Obviously, a few things came out this week. Tyrell Malacia will be remaining with Manchester United for the time being. We'll see what January brings. Andre Onana is officially gone from Manchester United. The loan has officially gone through. So he's off at his new club. Cunha, Dalot, Mount are injured and will not be participating in Sunday. We kind of figured those three would not be going. We were just waiting for it because obviously you hear one thing, you hear another. Now we have the official confirmation of all three. Hopefully we will have them back soon. Chances are we'll probably be back at the next international break. We'll have them. Maybe sooner. Just time will tell. We have to be patient. At this time, it is good to have depth when we really think about it when we have those players. Also, as well, Emeram in his press conference today obviously did address the game. Obviously, he made an announcement as well. Bayender will be starting as the number one keeper on Sunday. A lot of people in favor with that. I did mention it a couple episodes ago, how having I would see Altay Bayender start probably City and Chelsea, and then probably the next two games we'll see Lemens come in just because he's just joined the club. He had the international break, great, but it's going to take him time to work with everyone, especially you're training, but you don't get enough time with your back three. You're not going to see what the formations are going to be like when playing. So that's kind of the key as well. I was always okay with it. When I was prepping my lineup, I kind of was jumping on the bandwagon like everyone else. I think I did 2 or 3 different versions of my lineup. Obviously with Bayender starting originally, but as the international break goes on, it's maybe he'll take a risk. Maybe Emeram will be screw it, let's just go for it. But no, Emeram is obviously smarter than us. He obviously sees how training goes. He sees how everyone plays, so he knows what he needs. And this is a lot of people are calling this out an important game. It is always an important game, no matter what. A derby is always important. And we're playing Man City. We're going to be facing a challenge. Both of us are not playing great at the moment. As much as everyone can say, well, Man City's the worst of us, the way our fan base treats us, we're actually the worst team in the Premier League. But we're not there. We're not. We're going to start getting things there. And obviously having depth does help. And not having Cunha, not having Mount does hurt us, especially in the attack. So the question is, what does Ruben have up his sleeve preparing us for the derby? I can't read his mind, and nobody else can. But he has his agenda. He has his attack. All we can just sit here and be like, maybe this is what he will do. Maybe this is what this will do. Maybe this player will play this and this. I do have my usual formations, as always. I will make my predictions, as always, what I think. Did I make my predictions for Burnley in the last preview? I don't know. If you've listened to the episode, please let me know. I can't remember. It has been now 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, since we had that game. And the question is, how well do we perform? We've had many players out on international break. Not many started. But we will have fresh legs going into Sunday. Well, they may too. But again, like I said, losing Cunha and Mount on the attack does hurt, especially with how well those three played in those first 3 Premier League games. So we're wondering what his attack's going to be. You can do a combination of Xerxes, Ahmad, Bruno, and Mbeumo, or like Mbeumo's going to start. The question is, who do you pair with him? Will it be Xerxes and then Šeško up front? Will it be Ahmad and Šeško and Mbeumo up front? You have Mazraoui going to the wing. You have Bruno and Mainoo starting in the mid. Bruno and Casemiro. Mainoo and Casemiro. Bruno at the 10 with Mbeumo and Šeško. Do you have Xerxes, Bruno, and Mbeumo together in the attack? Ahmad on the wing. Mazraoui coming into the middle. Ugarte starting. So we have that. What I can say is, what I believe right now the starting people are going to be, obviously Bruno, Casemiro, Mbeumo, Dorgu, Shaw, De Ligt, and Euro. Those are your least, at least you know those are going to be your guaranteed starters. The question is now, does Maz start? Does Ahmad start? Does Xerxes start? And where do you put them? Or are you going to change it up? It's a question that many people, we don't know. We don't. We won't find out until an hour before the match. A match is on at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time here in Canada. So just an FYI. But yes, I can speculate. We can come up with different variations. And listen, it's hard to say. I will be announcing it in the next couple of minutes. But what am I expecting from this game? One. Obviously, I know we don't have those starters. Obviously, we would love to see Cunha, Šeško, Mbeumo, Ahmad, Bruno, Casemiro in the middle, and then probably Maz and the De Ligt and Euro. That would possibly be our best team. But right now, obviously, with the injuries, we're not going to see that. Having Mazraoui return is a benefit. It is a huge benefit, especially with how he can play multiple positions. And obviously, we've talked about him joining the middle, being an extra piece in that middle. But right now, we're probably not going to see that. But right now, the main focus for this game is strategy. Is how well we can fight in the middle, because we're going to struggle in the middle. Can we put pressure on Donnarumma, that back with our attack, whether it is Bruno and Mbeumo, Šeško, or Šeško, Xerxes, and Mbeumo, Ahmad, Mbeumo, Šeško, or Xerxes, Ahmad, whatever. For all we know, Xerxes, Bruno, and Mbeumo. Like it's you can go around it as many times as you can, but we have to put pressure on there. We have to be able to move the ball, transition from the back to the middle. We cannot lose the midfield battle. And like I mentioned before, yes, we are struggling. So is City. But City is expecting to be more. Can we take advantage of the way City is playing? They're going to have people missing from their game. There are people injured, so we are not going to see them as much as we are. So, sorry, I shouldn't say that. We're not going to be seeing them this game. So we have to take advantage of that. 2, they also have Champions League going on next week. So the question is, are they going to put the amount of importance of this game? Obviously, I hope so, especially with the way Pep is, the way how he prepares his team, and the way they've been performing since the start. That is key. Haaland is coming off a 5-goal on his last game. We can't let Haaland do that. No. We have to control Haaland. We have to put pressure on him. We have to battle with him. Our back 3 is going to have a lot of pressure. They will. They will have a lot of pressure. So, listen, right now, the traditional 3 right now is going to be Shaw, De Ligt, and Euro. They have been our best 3. That's hands down, they have been our best 3. And obviously, we mentioned Baynder, and I mentioned a couple episodes that he was going to be starting this anyways. So, listen, Lemens is, and I've already said it, I'm going to repeat it again. Baynder is the right choice because of experience and how he's played in the Prem. Lemens just, again, joined literally the first day of the international break, the last day of the transfer window. He is still not familiar with everything. He will probably be participating in training, getting himself up to speed, but he hasn't worked with that back 3 yet. He hasn't worked on strategy of where to go in that placement, getting himself mentally ready to play a Premier League game. we won't be seeing him for another 2 games, like including the City game. So we'll probably see him at Brentford or Sunderland. That's when he'll probably make his debut. And then they'll assess there in the international break and how it progresses. But right now, he will not be playing, and which is perfectly fine. A lot of fans have actually agreed with that. Even in his press conference today, Ruben Amorim explained why Lemens would not be playing in this weekend. So the manager has spoken, just to say the least. But we're excited to see what this player can do. We are. The wings are another thing. Again, losing Dalot does suck. Having him gone, that's a piece there. Hopefully we see Diego Leon play or at least get some minutes over the next 2 games. Especially, we may see him this one. Because again, we have Maz, and then we have Dorio. And also we have Ahmad as well. So this is where having the depth now with playing less games is kind of a benefit. So, listen, right now, I think the best wing pair in this situation, it would be to go with Maz and Dorgu. I think so. They both can carry the ball, they can both move it, and the way they can tread back. Ahmad, I have Ahmad and Xerxes coming off the bench. Just wait, let me just give this moment here because I was listening to fan channels and some put out some importance. Our attack off the bench, if we were to give all the players that we wanted, like having Xerxes on and Ahmad on, plus with Bruno, we would not have much of a replacement to come on to help with fresh legs. Ahmad and Xerxes offer those options. They do. So having them come on as well, is very important. So we have that there. We have Yorgo, because again, we don't have De Ligt, Cunha, and Mount. We lost 3 players there. So Xerxes would usually come on, Xerxes, Ahmad, or whatever, and Kobe would come on and replace those 3. So we'll have Maguire probably coming on. Ugarte may play, depending on the legs of Casemiro or Mainu. Xerxes may come on. We'll have Šeško. Cheeto Obi will be on the bench, potentially. But again, Ruben's going to have to be creative, but I think we're definitely going to see like those 2, I think, would be the best options to come off the bench to help with the attack. I think that's what's important. Mbeumo has been great. Bruno, obviously, seeing him in the 8, but we're going to have to, I'm hoping that we see him up in the attack. But having Mazraoui, Yoro together, I like. They both can carry the ball. Maz is always very confident with the ball offensively, a little bit better than Dalot. Better defensively coming back than Ahmad and Dalot too. So hopefully we'll see them there. And again, for all we know, we see Ahmad start at the wing back, Maz and Xerxes come on too. But I think for an attack wise, it's wise to go with Xerxes and Ahmad to come on. Question is, who did they take off? That's another problem in itself, but it all depends on how the match is going and how it's playing. So we'll see. We will. And it's hard to say how this match is going to go. It's the first, obviously all games are important, but this is the Manchester Derby. We know how much emphasis we put on these types of matches. So for now, sorry, I'm losing myself now. It's just incredible how I just go on and I'm like, now what? And I'm sorry for the ums. I am trying to work on it. It's just my, brain and mouth are trying to catch up to each other. So, but, right now, and then our attack. Šeško, I think, has to officially start. We can't do the, he may do this. And this is why I think Xerxes may start. We may do a variation of the false 9 with Bruno, Xerxes, and Mbeumo, potentially, or maybe Ahmad. Or we just do Xerxes starting at striker, because he is a striker. Enough of he's a striker and a 10. So yes, he's at 9.5 that he said. So you have Ahmad, Mbeumo there, Bruno in the middle, yada yada yada, or Bruno, Xerxes, and Mbeumo together. But I think it's official that we have to see Šeško start. He has been getting minutes. He should be up to game match, especially when he's gotten full time at Grimsby. He played against Burnley. He also played, I think, full minutes during the international break. He got 90 minutes last game, 45 the game before. So he should be ready to go. I hope he's ready to go. Again, I'm not the manager. I don't see practice, but this is what I'm hoping for. This is what I am. But let's just reveal what my lineup is going to be. Like, let's just get it out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just talk about it now. So yes, my official matchup, and it's also going to be posted for the Manchester United app. We have Bayender in net, which is the right choice. Just to go with the experience. Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw, as I mentioned, they've been our best back three in all three of the Premier League matches. Mazraoui is going to start. Casemiro, Kobe, Mainoo together. I'm having Mainoo start this game. I think it's wise to have him start this game and have them paired together. Dorgu out on the left. My attack up front, Bruno Fernandes, Šeško, and Mbeumo. That's what I feel like. And if anything changes, like we need to sub Casemiro on, bring on another attack, we can drop Bruno to the 8, have Mainoo switch over to the 6, have him play there. We can bring on Ahmad, we can bring Xerxes. If we have to take off Šeško, if we have to take off a defender, we can always bring on Ahmad, shift Mazraoui back. So we have strategy there and to play with. That's the one thing too. Having a modded Xerxes does free up and you can move players to other positions. So again, like I said, let's say we're at the 65th minute or the 60th. Šeško's not working. You bring on Xerxes. Things aren't working well in the middle. You take off Casemiro, move Bruno to the middle, bring on Ahmad, have him or bring on Xerxes. Bring on Ahmad, you shift Mazraoui to the back. You have Xerxes or Šeško or so on and so forth. Or if like a defender's not working, like Shaw's not doing the best, you can shift Mazraoui to where Shaw was, bring on Ahmad. You can do a lot of different things. You can. If Šeško is doing well and you keep him on for the full 90 minutes, perfect. But again, if they're struggling in the middle, you move Bruno to the back. You can bring Xerxes on. You can bring, if there's anything going on with the D, you can move Mazraoui back, bring on Ahmad. You have him as the wing back. Diego Leon, if Dorgu's not playing well, you bring on Diego Leon. There are going to be players available, which is going to help. It's just a matter of progressing and just to see how the game goes. But overall, again, I'll repeat: Bayender, Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Mainoo, Dorgu, Fernandes, Šeško, and Mbeumo. I think that will be the attack. I think that's what the best is. So we'll see. Like chances are it's Bruno in the 8. Mainoo will come on. We'll have Šeško or probably Xerxes start up there. And you'll have Mainoo and Ahmad come on. But I think Ahmad and Xerxes coming on as attacking pieces is very key. Especially if Maz is playing well. If we have any issues in the back three, we can push him to the back. So, yeah, that's my lineup. That's what it is. And what I would like to see is set pieces be defended well, please. Bayender, just fight. Because then someone's going to have to pair up with Haaland. And I think that's why you're going to bring Šeško in, because so if you're doing those pieces in defending, Šeško's probably going to be matched up to Haaland. Not Haaland. Haaland. Or Haaland, sorry. Haaland. No. Haaland. My apologies, Man City fans, if you're listening to the podcast. My apologies. I think I even mentioned it earlier. I mispronounced it earlier. So, Man City fans, if you are listening to my podcast, if you're wanting to listen to a Manchester United podcast, my apologies for the mispronunciation of your player. But listen, set pieces have to be defended well. Control the ball. I think Mainoo and Casemiro together, control and discipline should be improved. The attack, movement, I think with Bruno, should be better. Listen, the wingbacks have to give treatment to our striker. They have to move well. I think hopefully Šeško has been more familiar with the play, what Ruben wants. So the transition, the hold up, I think hopefully we'll see an improvement there. We do. We know they're going to do it. And our set pieces in the attack. Having Mbeumo here is kind of key now. I like having the addition. You know why? Because we have someone else who's taking corners. Mount we saw taking corners before. Bruno always did take corners. But I think the way Mbeumo and his shots are way better than Bruno's corners. They are. Just the way they tried to do things in the last Burnley game, the matchups, the pairing, they worked very well together. And I liked it. I did. They almost had a goal or two. And some of Mbeumo's corners have led to goals. It kind of helps when you have a podcast named the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. But when you see those corner kicks, they're great. They are. So it's a matter of, pressing, using our set pieces, defending against theirs. They're going to take advantage of that. If they get into corner kicks in our zone, it's going to be like we have to defend. We do. Bayender has to step in and defend as well. Defend his area, defend his space. He has to be more physical as well. And you know what? Our D needs to be more physical too. Like, I don't want you to hold him up and body slam him into the ground. No, I want you to defend and make sure we're not drawing a penalty or another kick or whatever. But please, we have to defend it. We do. That's the key point. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Sunday. I'm excited for the derby. It's the first game back. You have a derby, back-to-back important games too. We have this, and then we have Chelsea. So we have a very important game. So it's going to be, and then they have Champions League, but they don't play until Thursday. So they may choose to spare, may play their full potential squad and then worry about it because, again, they're Thursday and then they have a Sunday match or a Monday match. So we're at that stage where other teams that made their European tournaments, they're going to be playing more games too. So right now we're just going to be sitting here and watching. Well, we're going to be watching them. We'll be preparing, getting healthy, and then that's the important thing as well. So, but yes, it's not going to be a big episode tonight just because I will be back Sunday after the game to discuss the matchup, recap it as well. So if anything breaks during the time, so tomorrow or just before, actually, if it happens just before, I'll break it after the game. You're going to have more fan channels than ever reporting it faster than I can. So you'll see that there, but I will be discussed if anything breaks before. But yes, it's just a recap again. My lineup: Bayender, Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Mainu, Dorgu, Bruno, Šeško, and Mbeumo. That's my starting 11 for Sunday. So let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments as well what your lineup will be. Let me know what, just let me know in a post just what you think the lineup's going to be. So we some of us may have a different. Some people I know had Lemens starting, but obviously now with him announcing it, it's going to be Bayender. Don't get me wrong, like I mentioned, I was slowly jumping on the bandwagon of Bayender. Or not Bayender, Lemens. But you never know. But I think my original safe bet was like that there. So I did make a change here or two, but I think because now Mazraoui's back and that helps out the squad so much better. And they've been talking about him too, how great the signing is too this week. So happy to have him back. Happy that hopefully how I will have him starting just because he is an integral piece as well. So, but yes, that's it for tonight's episode of the pod. Like I mentioned, back Sunday. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow on Apple, YouTube, and Spotify. If you want to do any collaborations, please go ahead and send a DM through one of my socials as well. And then, yes, the Red Devils Corner Kick Pod through TikTok and Instagram, and on X, the RD Corner Kick Pod. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy Sunday. Again, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time here in Canada. 11:30 a.m. Sorry, not p.m. But enjoy the game on Sunday. I will talk to you guys. I'll be recording right after the game. One thing too, tough loss for the Manchester United women's squad, losing in their Champions League game yesterday in the first leg for the qualifier. I believe that's what it is. So I know they have, I think they have another game as well. They have the second leg, I think, which is next week. Like I mentioned before, I will try to do episodes just dedicated to the women's squad. I want to be prepared when I do an episode as well. But yes, talk to you guys Sunday. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your Saturday. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Pod. Glory, glory, Man United.